All right, y'all, maybe low quality video. I'm not putting a whole lot of production into this thing, but I hope it's high quality content for you so that you can benefit from my experience when trying to build out my truck for overlanding adventures. So like every one of you, you start with a bed rack of some kind. I went with Putco, their VentureTech bed rack system, as you see behind me, because I was able to retain my bed liner. And I have a rolling lock bed liner, and this is the only bed rack that I'm aware of that enables you to do that, to put on a bed rack while still retaining the bed liner. So what I then did is got on RotoPax's website to order the fuel and water can that you see I have mounted behind me. But then also I noticed they have recovery boards. I could not get MaxTrac's website to almost ever load on my computer, and I don't know what the issue is there. If it did load, their recovery boards of every single size have been out of stock for months. And I said, well, hey, RotoPax has recovery boards, so I ordered theirs, and I have had a heck of a time with this experience in getting Putco's VentureTech bed rack to be compatible with RotoPax gear. So let me just show you some of the specifics so that as you get ready to order gear like this as well, you wouldn't fall into some of the same traps that I did and really delay your ability to get out into the backcountry. So here we go. So the first thing I just want to share with you is on the full mounting plate, as you see here, that VentureTech puts out. This is a 54-inch mounting plate. Across horizontally, you have some slots here that go all the way across. There's two different sections of it. And then you have these dots, or these holes rather, that also, I think there's maybe 5 or 6 of them that go on either side. And then you have 3 different kind of 4-holed mounting areas. There's one right there that fuel tank is mounted to, and then there's one that water can is mounted to. So there's 3 of them that you see there. And this is what I want to point out to you. And what was the first element of compatibility issues that I ran into with RotoPax gear being compatible with Putco. So whether you get the DLX mounting bracket that I have here in my hand from RotoPax, or you get the LOX one, which is just, it's going to have a lock ability, which is what those are. That's the lock version where you can actually lock your gear down, right? Here's what's interesting about this. So it's misleading when you get this because they have this plate, which you can see allows you to bolt the mounting bracket, the lock system, into this plate, and then you would think that the plate then would mount to the full mounting plate that VentureTech has here, that Putco has. Okay, what's very misleading though is these holes right here, all right, that you can see I'm pointing at, although they line up with those 2 north and south holes on Putco, there's not a single piece of hardware that RotoPax provides that will actually fit through those 2 holes. So my question is, what are those 2 holes? So thankfully, the way the fuel can and the water can work is that this system is mounted like this, vertically, right? And then once you lock it down, it turns into this T. So that worked out well for me. However, what I want to show you is that you don't need the bracket that's on the back here. You just simply bolt the DLX or the LOX RotoPax system onto your mounting plate here from Putco. Now the problem with that, as you can see, is now my bolts are pretty easily exposed. So what is the point in having a locking system, right? Or better yet, to show you, what is the point of having a locking system when if somebody had a ratchet set, they could easily get in here and just unbolt my tanks from the inside right there and take my gear. So that's frustrating that the bracket is not able to be used because, again, the holes on the bracket on this little mounting plate in the back do not line up with those 4 holes on the mounting plate that Putco provides. Again, this is their 54-inch one, and there is no other spot on that mounting plate that you can mount these fuel cans to. You might say, well, what if you mounted them to these holes? Won't work. Those holes don't line up. They're just offset enough. And even if they did, it's the exact same situation. You would have to bolt the bolts that basically secure the locking mechanism to the mounting plate are just simply bolted straight through the mounting plate rather. And it's still the same problem. So now that we got the fuel cans mounted, even though I'm a little frustrated that those are the only 2 spots I can mount them, I'm kind of playing around with switching the full mounting plate out for the Molly panel styles, which I'll show you here. So here's molly panels that actually Putco suggested I exchange the full mounting plate. So took that off, and they suggested that I go and move to two molly panels because the RotoPax recovery boards will not mount to the full mounting plate. And I'm going to include a picture right now so you can see right here that the alignment is not there. The only spots that you can mount the RotoPax brackets, mounting brackets to the full mounting plate are in the same spots as the fuel cans, or you can use some of those larger holes that I pointed out before, but any two holes you select on either side, on either end of the full mounting plate, result in this issue of the brackets not lining up with the holes in the traction boards so that the traction boards can mount to the full mounting plate. So Putco said, what if you just got two of the molly panel ones that are you can adjust and you can slide left and right individually, right, to get you what you want. Well, what I discovered after putting these on, and now you see that there's only two holes to mount your mounting bracket to. Now here's the frustrating part. Again, these holes right here, right, there's no hardware that RotoPax provides that will fit through those holes. Those holes do almost line up with those holes, but it's just a little bit off. So even if I used a screw that was the full size, which is not quite a 1/4 inch, and 832 size bolt is too small. That's just the way that bolt sizes work. So the hardware guy walked me through yesterday. If I used a bolt that actually fits through that hole on you know, both ends of this, right, they won't line up and fit through those two holes. So that's the first frustrating part. So because we're dealing with these mounts that have to be mounted this way, it's not like the fuel cans where they start this way vertically to where I could, you know, just take these bolts and run them through those two holes, where I can't use these molly panels to mount a traction board. I could do the fuel and water can this way, which I think I will do. I do like the look of this better, but you have to mount this way. So I had to get my own hardware to fit through these two holes. And then once I got these things mounted, I actually still had to take these two molly panels and slide them together end on end just to even get close enough for the RotoPax recovery boards to fit over where these line up. And the basically the alignment turned out the exact same as if I was using the full 54-inch mounting plate. So super, super frustrating. I've contacted both companies to let them know that this gear is not compatible. My hope is that they would just take a look at this and maybe improve, you know, the number of holes on Putco side, maybe the number of holes that are on these things so that you had greater mounting options. Being a little bit sensitive to how RotoPax's gear works, since obviously RotoPax seems to be the leader in the water and fuel can. However, their recovery boards just they're not compatible. They won't mount. Or, you know, even RotoPax might then therefore adjust their recovery boards in some kind of way, possibly that they would be more compatibly fitting to these bed racks. So thankfully I found MaxTrax boards on REI actually. So I got those and their 4 locking pins. I've got them on order. They'll be here next week. And my hope is that they'll mount a whole lot easier. And so once I get that done, I'm going to throw that on the end of this video so that you can see the difference in the system, so that you'll make a smarter purchase than I did to get you to where you're trying to go a whole lot faster. So again, I hope that helps you out. I am a rookie when it comes to overlanding, when it comes to building a truck out. I know how to camp, know how to hike, know how to get out there and have some fun, know how to 4-wheel drive and all that. But this is new for me to kind of get into this gear, rooftop tent, all the things that are coming for us so that we can get out there and explore and have some fun and enjoy this style of backcountry exposure. So if you're a veteran, if you're a pro, if you're a little bit further down the road than I am, and you figured some things out that can add value to this video, man, hit me up in the comments. We'd really love to collaborate with you and learn from you. But yeah, look forward to hearing your feedback, man. Thanks for watching.